The call came just after midnight. Ethan almost didn't answer. It had been a long day of balancing work, dinner, and bedtime stories with his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. But something in the way the phone buzzed, hesitant, almost urgent, made him swipe it open. "Hello," he said, voice thick with exhaustion. "Is this the man who owns the little blue house next to the white mansion?" The voice was soft, uncertain. A woman's. Ethan frowned. "Yeah, that's me." "Who's asking?" A pause. Then a quiet exhale, like relief. "I'm sorry for calling this late. You don't know me, but I think you might have my dog." That's how it began, a call from a stranger who would change everything he thought he knew about himself, about love, and about second chances. Ethan found the golden retriever earlier that evening, soaked from the rain and shivering under his porch. Lily had begged him to let it stay. He'd towel-dried the dog, fed it some leftover chicken, and promised they'd find its owner in the morning. When he stepped outside now, still on the phone, the woman's voice guided him. "I'm standing at my gate," she said. "You'll see me." And he did. Even in the faint glow of the streetlight, she stood out tall, poised, wrapped in a gray coat that looked expensive but carried an air of quiet loneliness. Her mansion loomed behind her, its lights warm but its windows empty. Ethan brought the dog over, leash in hand. "He's friendly," he said. "Seems he didn't want to stay home alone." Her lips curved faintly. "He does that sometimes." She knelt, hugging the retriever like a lost child. "Thank you. You must think I'm careless." "Not really," Ethan said, rubbing the back of his neck. "We all lose things sometimes." When she looked up at him, there was something raw in her eyes, a flicker of recognition, like maybe she'd been waiting for someone to say exactly that. "I'm Amelia," she said. "I just moved back here." Over the next few days, they kept running into each other, at the fence, in the driveway, when Lily waved to Amelia's dog from the yard. Amelia always seemed surprised by their warmth, like she'd forgotten what it felt like to be greeted without expectation. Ethan learned that she was the heir to the old Harrington estate, though she rarely spoke about it. Rumors said she'd left years ago after a family fallout and returned only recently, alone. One rainy Saturday, when Lily's school event got cancelled, Amelia invited them over for cocoa. Her mansion, despite its size, felt strangely quiet, walls filled with paintings but not laughter. Lily's giggles echoed through the hall like sunlight through heavy curtains, and for a brief moment, Amelia looked lighter. Ethan noticed it. He also noticed how she lingered near Lily, listening as she talked about her drawings and how she missed her mom a little less when Daddy reads funny voices. Later, when Amelia walked him out, she said softly, "She's lucky to have you." Ethan smiled, though it didn't reach his eyes. "I'm the lucky one. She's my reason to keep going." Amelia hesitated, her hand brushing the doorway. "I used to think love was supposed to look perfect. But it's more like holding on to what's left when everything else is gone." Her words stayed with him that night. So did the way she looked at him, like someone who finally saw beyond the walls people build to survive. Weeks passed. The neighborhood whispered how the single dad was spending time with the reclusive mansion owner. But neither of them cared much. Amelia started volunteering at Lily's school art fair. Ethan began repairing her garden fence on weekends. What began as quiet companionship slowly bloomed into something fragile but real. Then, one evening, Amelia disappeared. The mansion lights stayed off for days. Ethan tried not to worry, but Lily noticed. "Daddy, did Miss Amelia go away again?" He didn't know how to answer until a black car pulled up outside. Amelia stepped out, her expression pale and conflicted. "I had to go," she said when he met her halfway. "There are things about my family, debts, expectations, I thought I could escape them, but they followed me here." Ethan's chest tightened. "You don't owe anyone your life, Amelia. Not even your past." She looked away. "And you? You think you've moved past yours?" He froze. Because she was right. He still carried the weight of losing Lily's mother, the guilt of not being enough. "I'm trying," he whispered. "Every day." Amelia's eyes softened. "Then maybe we could try together." The following spring, the blue house and the white mansion no longer seemed worlds apart. Lily's laughter filled both yards. Amelia started painting again, often sketching scenes of them in the garden. Ethan fixed up an old swing for her dog to nap beneath. They didn't label what they were: friends, family, something in between, but they didn't need to. Because healing doesn't always arrive in grand gestures. Sometimes, it comes as a quiet phone call on a rainy night, from a stranger who was never really a stranger at all, and as Ethan watched Amelia chasing Lily through the blooming magnolia trees, he realized that belonging wasn't about where you lived, it was about who made you feel at home.